Hi guys, I'd just like to give you a quick explanation of metabolic effective eating. Um, Hopefully you've had the chance to see the MEE 7 days of detox video, which has an overview and questions and answers. And this is the next phase, phase 2, which we expect you to make the transition to, following that very strict 7 days of ridding the body of toxins. And I'll also mention that metabolic effective eating has a third phase, which has also a video, which is the elimination phase, which in essence is actually what metabolic effective eating should be. But what I felt there was a need to do was to put a kind of transition phase in there for most people, because I appreciate that although we are seeing that we should eliminate certain food groups, what's key to metabolic effective eating is not to say you've got to eat this and you've got to eat that and we should be eating more of this. That is true, there is certain food groups that we need to concentrate on, but more importantly there's food groups that we shouldn't be eating, and those food groups are very important, and they are wheat, dairy products, sugar as in quick release in carbohydrates. It also includes alcohol, caffeine, and processed foods. Processed foods being pretty important. That's the foods that you kind of pick up very quickly within the supermarket, within boxes or wrappers that can be easily prepared within the microwave or the oven. So those are the key elements that we need to avoid. In the elimination phase, we eliminate those food groups very, very strictly, and you won't see any of those food groups within the eating plan, but you will see some of those within the normal metabolic effective eating in the food plan that I've provided, so that you can make that transition. So you will see things like pita bread or whole wheat crackers. So that's kind of just telling you that yes, you know what you should avoid, you might not be able to avoid. For example, alcohol. I don't expect people to avoid alcohol for the rest of their lives. I may have decided to do that. The person next to me might decide to do that, but with a lot of other people it's about kind of knowing what they're capable of doing, making sacrifices, and trying to live with this formula as best as possible. So for some that might be reducing alcohol to once a month. So although those food groups, which is pretty key, I do understand that some people will still need to have wheat, some people will still need to have the odd dairy product, they will be struggling at times and have to have processed food. So that is within the elimination phase, and all I say is that you try to be as strict as possible, and when need be you'll make that transition into the elimination phase. Now that might be 1 week in 4, you might make that transition after 8 weeks and keep to the elimination phase. That's what we'll have a look at throughout the program that you're following, and decide whether you can make that transition and what it's going to mean to yourself. One key element which I'll mention is my metabolic effective eating cookbook. It's not to sell the product, it's just to make life easier. I have it available as an e-copy, which an copy cookbook, which I'm happy enough to provide free of charge. You can visit the website www.fitsolutions.co.uk and get it free, or I'll email you a copy, but you can buy a hard copy as well, which makes life easier. But the beauty with that is that all of the choices in there, 30 breakfasts, 30 lunches and 30 dinners, I can assure you that all of those foods follow metabolic effective eating, and they've taken out most, if not all, of those food groups. You will see the odd kind of choice in there what will make you think, like yogurt, but I can assure you I don't class yogurt as dairy, and you're still allowed yogurt. So think of the metabolic effect of eating as a transition. I'm here to help throughout the program and try to make that a lot easier. And when we feel that you're ready to move into the elimination phase, then we will suggest that. However long that might be, or how you do it, will depend on the individual. And as usual, I'm here for questions at any time. If you're on the program and you feel the need for clarification, then by all means you can contact me direct or use the Facebook group to post your questions there, and I guarantee I'll get back to them as soon as possible, or another member of the group will do likewise. Thanks very much.